Hi and welcome to the Carpquarry Challenge 2014. If you don't know me, my name's Gordon. I'm one of the co-owners of Carpquarry. This year I'm here with Tony and Steve, two friends of mine, for this autumn challenge to see if we can, the actual target is for one of us to get a 50. That's the plan. We arrived on Saturday the 4th of October. We didn't start fishing until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and to be honest the fishing was quite good. They seemed to be on it, you know, while we were setting up. I had a really nice little dark common out that was just shy of £20. You'll see a picture of that in a minute. I also lost a decent fish, and Tony also lost a decent fish, so a bit of a disastrous start, but I suppose we were concentrating on setting everything up and getting ready and all that sort of nonsense. Anyway, I'm in swim 1 and 2, Steve's in swim 3 and 4, and Tony's got 5 and 6. So we'll see how we go. Last night it started getting quite cold, but Steve had a result. He had a £28 mirror, so at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then after that, just at sort of daylight, it got really cold, and you know, the first frost of the year I think. Which was a bit of a nightmare, especially when I'm in the bivvy and one of my sleeping bags is the one that you sort of get cocooned in, you know, with the hood and all that sort of thing. So when you're in it, you look like a caterpillar. Anyway, trying to get out of that, because I'm having line bites at night, you know, you have to be Uruguay, absolute nightmare. So I'm going to have to try and, you know, sort something else out for tonight. But today, now it's Sunday afternoon, getting on late Sunday afternoon. Been very quiet today, I suppose because of all the hard frost that come, you know, it's put them off a little bit, but we'll carry on plugging away and we'll see what we can get. I'll give you an update later on. So this is my swim, that's my little house, that's actually in swim 1, and as we go round onto the lake I'm down this end, so all this end of the lake here. I don't know who put a tree in the way, but there we go. Then out to the rock face. I'll just zoom in a bit, see if we can see where the end of my swim is. So where you see that rock face there, use the clever spoon. Sort of there is the end of my swim. Finally stopped raining. It's been absolutely hammering down all morning and we've just dried out. Still only got the one fish, lost another one, which is typical. So all in all, having a bit of a mare. So the Carpquarry challenge to catch a 50 is certainly no easy feat. There's never been one landed out of this lake. We know there's a few in here, but we just got to try and get them. So this is Steve's swim in 3 and 4. Say hello, Steve.
Afternoon.
We don't like Steve anymore because he's absolutely whipping our arses. He's had 3 fish out at the moment, 28, 34 and a half and 38. So he's really teaching us a thing or two. Most of them are all along that hedge line over there, and that's what's producing the goods on CC Moore Equinox, topped with a bit of corn. So this is Tony's swim. He's got 5 and 6, and he's a bit like me really, keeps on losing them all.
Enough said, Gordon.
Yeah, cut that bit. Steve's in again. Showing us all how it's done. Huh? Not a monster.
He wants to get a 50 on his camera.
I know. The trouble is they're not monsters, they're sort of mid-20s, aren't they? So it's coming alive now though. Well, that's not a bad kipper. It's terrible when you see him dive straight down there, isn't it? That's when the old pupper starts going. She's not having it at all, is she? Well done, in the bag. So she's weighed and verified, £32. Well in there, Steve.
Thanks, good. When you're smiling. The old lumps, aren't they? That's a slime, isn't it?
Back to the depths. So this is the rig I'm using. I have had a nightmare. I was using just standard wide gape hooks and I was sort of getting half takes and they were just dropping it before I could even get to the rods. So I've got around the problem now. I've actually put on some hooks by Ace. These are the razor point. Quickly show you them there. Those little ones there. Luckily enough, I mean, my son actually won these from Total Carp magazine for his personal PB common that he caught, 37 from Carpquarry. So I've nicked his hooks. So if anyone from Ace is out there, send us a couple of packets so I can replace them before he finds out. Anyway, enough of all that. This is the hook, long shank hook, as you see. I've put on here, it probably doesn't show up, there's a D system with a bait swivel and then the bait on it, and this really sort of nails them quite nicely because the bait will just sort of float about naturally when the fish are swimming around, and you know, every time they come in and their pectorials are flapping about, it's all acting normally like a bait should because it's got so much movement on the swivel, and then they just suck it in and they're nailed. And like I say, these hooks have been deadly. The bait I'm using, as you see, you're probably thinking, what the hell is that? It's actually a hazelnut. And I would say to anyone, and you heard it here first from Gordon at Carpquarry, if you're fishing a lake and there's nut trees about, or down the river or anything like that, get some hazelnuts, either go and collect them for free, they're all in the countryside, or buy them at the supermarket, soak them for 2 or 3 days and give them a try. They're absolutely deadly. Probably one of the best natural baits you can get, and they're free. So I'm just seeing if you can, if this camera's going to focus in properly. Doesn't look as if it's going to try and show you what it's all about with the hook. But as you see, standard knotless knot coming through, little bit of shrink tube there, back through the eye again, just been dabbed off with a lighter, and obviously bait swivel, and the nut is just banded on, and that's what's been producing the fish and nailing them. All we've got to do now is try and work out how to land them, but that's another story.